How we doing today? Hope y'all are doing good. Hello, hello. Let's get into this, gamers. So, we are on episode 4 of Spirit of Justice. I forgot what the game was called. The final game. The penultimate. The penultimate episode. Aside from the, not including the special episode. We're getting closer and closer to the end. It doesn't even feel real. We've made it to the cloud. Oh, hi Matt. How's it going? How's it hanging, Matt? How's it hanging? Oh. It's this lady. It's this lady. We're just about to get into her testimony. In a second, we're going to. After I send my login to something. I hope it was her so she dies. One sec, gamer. Right. Whoa. Okay, sorry about that. Right as soon as I load this up, I get a text from my sister asking for help with something. Right, let's do this.
From 4 p.m. to a little after 4:20, when Shisho's body was found, Simon and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room. Before Wendo discovered the body, the only person who had gone in there was Bucky. Come to think of it, a little while before Bucky showed up, Jugamu was barking like mad. How exciting. Jugamu? That's my doggy. I keep him at the theater. Let's see. With a twisty, twisty twist. And balloon! There you have it, my cute little Jugamu. He's, kinda creepy looking. Oh, but he's really, really good boy.
And why was Jugamu barking? Do you think it's because he saw someone suspicious?
If so, then we'd have a new suspect in this case. Now why was he barking again? Oh, remember, because it was time for me to feed him. So I went into his yard and gave him some food. Couldn't somebody have slipped into the dressing room while you were doing that? Nope. The door out into the yard was wide open. I would have seen if anybody went into the dressing room. Prosecutor Blackwell, come down to the stand for a sec, please.
How many times must I do this?
You saw what Gairu was talking about, right? So why didn't you mention it before?
I can't be expected to remember every minute detail.
Well, remember them now, please.
Jeez, Athena, so much anger towards Simon.
Did Gairu go out into the yard?
Yeah, I remember now that she went to feed Jugamu. And I saw her looking towards the dressing room quite frequently as well. That's weird. That's very weird. Oh, so look at the puppy! Look at the puppy! He's so cute.
Do you recall anything else?
It looked as though she were feeding the dog a great quantity of dumplings or something. Jugamu couldn't finish them all, so he buried the rest in a corner of the yard. That's about all I can remember. Okay. Includes additional info.
It looks like Gairu was telling the truth. Your Honor, I like Gairu's last statement added to her testimony.
As you wish, defense.
I was in the yard, but the door was wide open, so I could keep watch from the dressing room. No, you could not. No, you could not. Objection! So, you were able to keep an eye on the dressing room while you were out in the yard? Is that correct? That's right. The door out into the yard was wide open.
Sorry, but that makes zero sense. Take a look at this diagram of the backstage area. There is a clear contradiction between this diagram and the witness's testimony. Oh? I'm afraid I don't understand, Miss Sykes. Please point out what contradicts the witness's testimony. The door.
Take that! Gairu was in the yard near the doghouse. Prosecutor Blackwell even saw her there. And while she was out there, the door to the yard had been left open.
Ah, I see.
Yes, if the door to the yard was wide open, as Gairu said, it would have blocked her view, making it impossible for her to see the dressing room. What? No way!
But even if there were, admittedly, a few moments Gairu was not keeping watch, how much would that really affect this case?
Means that another person could have slipped in, homie. It would greatly affect the case. From the spot Prosecutor Blackwell stood, he couldn't see the dressing room door either. Anyone could have entered the dressing room during that time without being seen. Eek! Gairu, why did you try to hide the fact that you weren't watching the dressing room? What?
Objection.
Hide the fact? You speak as though you think she had something to do with the murder. Rather than deliberate deception, it was more likely a simple oversight. Right, witness?
Well, I was so shocked by what happened. I was just confused. That's all.
Even though she's trying to keep up a brave front as an entertainer, the truth is that she's being torn apart by grief. For her mind to be in turmoil is hardly unexpected. Yes, it must be very difficult indeed. To a disciple, one's master is akin to a real parent. Surely her shock is immense. The way this lawyer tries to pin the blame on this poor soul at the first opportunity. All I can say is, defense attorneys are heartless creatures indeed.
But that wasn't what I was trying to do.
Is it beyond your comprehension, defense? Your unskilled argument is scarring this witness even further. And if we ask the people of this courtroom, I am sure they would agree.
What? The gallery doesn't get a say in this.
Are you afraid to find out that they think ill of you, or that perhaps you are in the wrong? Listen to them now with that keen sense of hearing you are so proud of. He's right! That was harsh. She didn't have to go that far. I feel kind of sorry for the witness. Why is the lawyer's outfit so yellow?
No, I was just trying
to find the truth. Hello, did I miss anything? Gyru was feeding the dog, so she couldn't have been watching the dressing room the whole time, meaning someone could have slipped into the dressing room. Also, everyone's turned against Athena. Why is the whole gallery siding with Prosecutor Sadmati? Oh no, he's taking over the American gallery too. The people understand. They know what is right and what is wrong. That lawyer's still in training, isn't she? Why is she all by herself? I hear the voices of the gallery. I can hear the voices of their hearts. It's so intense. I feel so alone up here, fighting by myself. Are you afraid, child? It is ludicrous to come to trial with such paltry preparation of the soul. I command you to leave this courtroom at once. But I can't give up. I have to keep pressing on. I command you to be Sigma. Did I die? Yeah, I'm dead.
As long as there was a moment when nobody was watching the dressing room door, the defendant can't be convicted solely on Prosecutor Blackwell and Gyru's testimonies.
I have delay. You're good, homie. I was AFK for a sec. Even now, you would continue to resist. You are childish and defeat as well, I see.
I'm not out for the count yet, Buster. I'm just getting started.
Despite your posturing, is it not true that your resolve could crumble at any moment? With but a little push, you would surely succumb to despair. A little push, such as with this piece of conclusive evidence. Like crazy to the point of which I asked if you were dead before you got back, but when you were back, you said back when it worked.
Conclusive evidence? Huh?
That is correct. We found a critical piece of evidence at the crime scene. The victim's dying message, which clearly implicates the accused Bucky Wet. Look at the Japanese playing cards, known as karuta, lined up on the table. These special English version karuta cards spell out a message. That message, wet number 4.
Wet number 4? You mean wet noodle number 4? Why would he, leave that as a
calling card? Implicates as in implies as in non-conclusive. Which means theoretical. Why would he leave his own name? That just shows he's being framed. Yes. Wet Noodle number 4. As the 4th head chef of Wet Soba is also known as. This message points to none other than the accused, Bucky Wet. No! That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Was that vodka in the bottle? No, it was juice. It's clearly juice.
Wow, great job, Mr. Prosecutor.
Oh no, this is really, really bad. This is really, really bad. What do I do? What do I do? Would you still carry on your futile fight in the face of this irrefutable evidence? Oh, I didn't get to read her line. You can say whatever you want, but we won't know until we... It is cruel to give the accused false hope. You will only compound his suffering. Wise people of the courtroom, do you not agree? He's right. It's cruel to make him suffer when there's conclusive evidence.
What an incompetent noob. I feel bad for the victim and the defendant. What? But I'm trying to prove Mr. Wet's innocence here.
I know you can hear them, defense. Their voices implore you to save the accused soul. Bros play in the crowd. Smart bad. It is time for you to let it go and move on, you inexperienced lawyer. You lack the confidence with which to accomplish anything meaningful here. Smart bad. Wait, smart boy bad. What am I saying? Words. I might still be drunk. No. Is he right? Is this too much for me to handle on my own? What good is she doing anybody? She should just quit right now. Ugh. He's turned them. Now you just turn them into the freaking Korean gallery. The defense. Whoa. The gallery's never been this vocal before. Now, defense. Leave everything to this humble servant of the Holy Mother.
Silence.
Prosecutor Blackwood? Yo! Yo! He's here! He's sitting with us at the defense bench! He's trying to use your keen sense of hearing against you to manipulate the trial, Athena. Shoving my foot in my mom's face and pretending it's sentient. What a cheap trick for a supposedly holy man. Simon? Whoa! It's wild to see him at this angle. And you fop doodles are in the gallery. Can't a man watch a trial in peace? This inexperienced amateur is about to turn this trial around. Does that prosecutor really think she can turn things around? The mood in this courtroom is starting to change. Prosecutor Blackwell? What are you doing at the defense's bench? I grew bored of watching from the gallery. Besides, if I were to leave this trial to this spring chick and lose my favorite soba shop in the process, I will be quite cross. You voluntarily stand on the sign of impurity and sin. Truly, what a fool you are. To think, you were so easily manipulated by his parlor tricks. Hi, Simon. Lovely to see you from this angle. How you doing? How you doing, Simon? Oh my god. Whatever happened to qualified and capable Athena?
I just let my guard down a little bit, but it won't happen again.
Then gird up your loins and steel yourself for battle.
I'm not girding up to anything in this skirt, but I am ready to get serious.
It seems there is now yet another soul I must cast down into hell. I was in prison for a long time, and hell sounds no worse than cell, to be honest. Damn. Ah, but the fires of hell will not be the end of your suffering. For the sin you have just committed, you shall surely be reborn as a panda in your next life. Hell yes! I'm in the panda. A white and black reverse panda, that is. Bro's casting them all into hell. And you shall be put in a zoo to be exposed to public ridicule.
A threat like that won't work on Prosecutor Blackwell.
Yeah, Blackwell, hell is actually famously worse than Cell. Who are you calling a panda?
Sorry.
I see that you are both prepared to face the fires of damnation. Gairu, thank you for your service. You may step down now.
Okie dokie. Bye bye, balloon.
Does everything have to be about balloons with her? Now then. I have a witness prepared to testify about the Karuta cards. And who is this witness this time? The first to discover the body, and someone who witnessed the crime firsthand. Mr. Uendo Tornado. He gives me more zebra vibes. I could see it. The time has come for that ponytailed pair over there to finally let it all go and move on. Very well, let's bring in this witness then. Ooh. Witness, please state your name and occupation. I am the Rokugo storyteller Uendo Tornado. Even if my performance isn't worth watching, I will certainly watch my words. I wouldn't want to say anything thoughtless and get arrested. After all, that'd be a Roku no-no. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Amazing. Spectacular.
You can't leave yet. You've only just introduced yourself.
Oh my my! Are you a fan of mine, miss? Would you like my autograph? One moment.
Ow. do you think you're doing?
No need to stand on ceremony. My fan deserves a fan, after all. A fan for a fan. Nice one. Oh, why if it isn't Simon? How are you on this fine day, sir? Quite a dilly of a pickle we found ourselves in, wouldn't you say? Never performed in a place like this, you know. I get butterflies here, can't you see? Why do I always get the weird ones? Pardon me, witness. As much as I enjoy your banter, I believe we had better return to the case at hand. I suppose you're right. In that case, I was promoted to Futatsume yesterday and received the stage name of Uendo. The show was our way of celebrating my new name and middle rank standing. And then that happened. Huh. I never dreamed of something like that happen, not in a million years. And just as I got my chance to start repaying my debt to Shisho, too. Yeah, plus I'm worried about Gairu. The way she clung to Shisho, poor thing. I told her to keep a stiff upper lip. Stiff like rigor mortis. Damn. Oh. Keep telling those lame jokes and Shisho will come scold you from the grave. I wouldn't mind getting yelled at, you know, if it meant seeing him again. Uendo Tonedo, a Rakugo storyteller and junior disciple after Gairu. He has less experience than Gairu, yet he's become higher ranked than her. Interesting, age 28.
Very interesting.
Uendo, please. As charming as your various characters are, this isn't a Rakugo stage. Let us hear your testimony now, witness. Tell the court about the evidence left at the scene. The proof of the accused guilt. Shisho's dying message. I noticed Shisho's dying message right away. The stiff cards were right there next to the stiff, you see. I know, enough with the silly puns already. Anyway, I got the meaning right away. I knew it must have been talking about Bucky. That was the master's final message, left as he was drowning in soba broth. It's so like Shisho not to write Bucky's name outright. Plain and simple wasn't his style. Okay, so they're saying that the victim wrote it. But that makes no sense. Well, that was certainly more entertaining testimony than usual. A variety of characters performed by the witness was absolutely splendid. But he shouldn't be performing any characters in the first place, Your Honor. And Uendo, the murder weapon hasn't been determined yet. So how can you say that the victim was drowned in soba broth? It's obvious. All you have to do is look at the crime scene. He was found with his face shoved in a bowl. It's only natural to assume he was drowned in the broth for the noodles. The judge is way too easily entertained. Except, we're not here to assume things, Uendo. Please stick to just the facts. My, it's so like a soba chef to kill someone this way, wouldn't you say? And with the Karuta message he left behind, it's clear Bucky Wet did it. Setting aside the issue of the murder weapon for now, that dying message certainly does seem to be irrefutable evidence. Indeed, it proves the absolute guilt of the accused. No, it doesn't. He didn't drown. Even I've got to admit that I can't see how that message could mean anything else. Bucky used Soba for the deed, all to get back at the Soba shop deed. This testimony makes Mr. Wet look super guilty. I have to do something. That's his conclusive evidence. What a farce. What do you mean, Simon? What's this? I thought you said you weren't planning on asking me for help.
I did, and I won't. Thank you very much. Simon must have found an inconsistency in the testimony. I'd better listen carefully and see what he found.
Yeah, I heard it too. There was nothing in his lungs, so he didn't drown. Notice she shows dying message right away. The stiff cards are right there next to the stiff, you see. Hey now, enough with the silly puns already, hee hee. Anyway, I got the meaning right away. I knew it must have been talking about Bucky. That was the master's final message left as he was drowning in soba broth. No.
Objection!
There's a contradiction in Wendo's testimony. And would you care to explain where, Miss Sykes?
Certainly, Your Honor. According to the autopsy report, nothing unusual was found in the victim's lungs.
Yes, it does say that, doesn't it?
If he had drowned in a bowl of soba, then there should have been soba broth in his lungs. But since there wasn't any, it means the victim was suffocated with something other than soba broth.
What?
This is the contradiction you noticed, isn't it, Simon?
I was gonna say something else. Not bad. Not bad at all.
I guess I showed you.
But if drowning in the soba broth wasn't the cause of death, then when was the victim's face thrust into that bowl? Probably after he died. Probably just fell over. Typhoon Tornado's face was thrust into the bowl after the murder.
Because no soba broth was discovered in the victim's lungs, his head must have been placed into the bowl after he was killed. And that's when the soba broth must have been spilled onto the Karuta cards. In other words, the victim could not have lined the cards up as he was drowning.
I see. So it was done after he was already dead. But why would the culprit do such a thing?
I'm afraid I don't know yet.
Objection!
You boast of psychological expertise, yet you cannot determine such a simple motive. My sides are liable to split at the absurdity.
What? And I suppose you know why?
Of course, desecrating the body in that manner indicates a strong sense of enmity on the part of the perpetrator. Yes, that does make sense. It certainly paints a clear picture of the culprit's intense feelings towards the victim. Feelings of resentment over the theft of the soba shop's deed, no doubt. Just great. Now the judge has even more unfavorable impression of Bucky.
Silence!
Must you come undone at every juncture? If the culprit had time enough to set up Master Tornado's body, do you think they would have honestly failed to notice the dying message?
Good point. The cards were right in front of his body, after all. Rationally speaking, there's no way the culprit could have missed that, huh?
Objection!
Oh, but was the accused rational at the time, given the way he stormed out of the room?
Silence!
Never mind that. I have something more important to ask Wendo. Me? You saw the Karuta cards firsthand, did you not? Would you care to tell us about them in a bit more detail? Those tiny crime scene photos show us precious. little of what I wish to know. Well, those cards are from Shisho's special soba scenes of Tokyo Pass set. Each card is related in some way to soba. Spare me the history lesson. Just tell me how the cards looked at the scene and no more. Simon is Pingu. Well, there was soba broth spilled all over them. That's not much help, I'm afraid. Prosecutor Sadmati, do you have a photo that shows the cards more clearly? I do. Please accept this meager offering, Your Honor. Wet number 4. Wavy Hound equipment, traditional nostalgic ouch 4. Oh my, what delightful looking cards. Well, well. Tearing prosecutor sad monk. Well. Oh. I'm sorry, Simon. I made you the judge accidentally. Well. Tearing prosecutor sad monk's conclusive evidence apart should be a breeze with this. Huh? Simon likes birds, so he's more of a penguin than a zebra or a panda. Don't tell me you haven't noticed. Don't be silly. Of course I have. Not noticed anything, but I can't exactly say that now, can I? Photo cards in the victim's dressing room. They spell out wet number 4. Miss Sykes, do you really see a problem with the prosecution's claims about these cards? Well, go on then. Alright, it's do or die. All I have to do is study the picture and... These cards... Let me look. Oh, we're rearranged. Look at how they're stained. Oh, the stains are in the wrong place. Like, they're unnatural stains. Like, the T should be towards the bottom, and the N should be up where the T is. Yeah, okay. And also the H should be down, and the O should be at the top. Interesting. It's do or die, Athena. If this was in Korean, it really would be your life on the line. Okay, they're rearranged. These cards were rearranged. But how can you tell? Please take a good look at these cards, Your Honor. The answer is right in front of us. Well, where exactly should we be looking, Miss Sykes? Pictures on the card, the soba broth stains, the size of the cards. The soba broth stains, yeah. They're in weird places. Please focus your attention on the soba broth stains on these cards. The outlines of these stains don't match up with the larger stains on the table. Oh, would you look at that? You're absolutely right. And? Please recall that the soba broth was spilled and got on the cards after the murder, when the victim's face was placed in the bowl. Yes, go on. By the stains, we can see that the culprit deliberately rearranged the cards after that. In other words, this message was altered in order to pin the crime on my client. What? But then if we put the cards back in their original positions, we can restore the evidence and see who the cards were really pointing toward. That's true. Polkan. Then what are we waiting for? Let's do this. All I have to do is rearrange the cards so the stains match up. Let's see, where was this W card originally? Here? Perfect! Okay, the H card is next. Let's see, where was this H card originally? Here? No? The stains don't match up if you place that card. Oh yeah, I had it backwards. How can you not see that? Are those ridiculous bangs obscuring your vision? I'm sorry! Hey, you don't have to be so rude about it. Whatever. Try again. 1, let's see. Where was this H card originally? It was here. Sorry. I got it backwards. Yes. Now the E card. That would be, yeah, at the top there. Let's see. Where's this E card originally? There. Perfect match. Next up is the T card. Let's see. Where was this T card originally? Here. Right there. Boop. Easy. This is a very easy puzzle. Great. That fits right in there. Now the N card is at the tippy top there. Let's see. Where was this N card originally? There. That looks good. Now O. Let's see. Where was this O card originally? Owen. Nice. Almost done now. Do we know anyone named Owen? The last number card is 4. Owen 4th. Let's see. Where was this 4 card originally?
Take that!
Owen 4th. What does that mean? Do we know an Owen? So the message, wet number 4, was originally supposed to say, Owen 4th. And this original message is our clue to the identity of the true culprit. What? That indignant look on Prosecutor Sad Monk's face is positively priceless. This is absurd. So it was originally Owen 4th?
It wasn't wet number 4? Maybe the lawyer is smarter than we thought.
Order! Order in the court! Well, I never would have imagined that there was more to these cards than meets the eye. The Kruta cards in the victim's dressing room, they originally spelled out Owen 4th as shown. So now that that's settled, what does this Owen 4th mean? Wait, am I... Who else do you suppose it is? Is it... Bibi? Who else is it, do you suppose it is, to provide an explanation? Of course it's you. But I hadn't thought that far yet. Change the cards around all you'd like, but if you cannot explain what the message means, then it is worthless as you defense. No! And so, the spring chick that fancies itself a graceful swan is brought back down to earth. I have to do something, but what? Still your thoughts for a second. There's a perfectly good witness to question over there. All right, that's a good idea. Come on, Athena, get a hold of yourself. Wendell, does the phrase Owen 4th mean anything to you? He's so pretty like that. Like, this character he's playing makes him so pretty. I love it. No, there's no one named Owen in the Tornado family, or our circle of friends. Go ahead, ask anybody you like. You can't be serious. Having rummaged through your empty mind, I see you have, as expected, turned up nothing.
Silence.
I'm afraid I have no idea who the devil this Owen 4th is either. But the fact remains that the cards were rearranged to pin the blame on Mr. Wet. That in itself proves that the defendant isn't the real culprit. Prosecutor Blackwell is right. Besides, the important question here is not who does the message point to, but rather who rearranged the cards. Why didn't you point that out earlier if you already knew? Sorry. In any case, there were 2 opportunities for someone to rearrange the cards. The first was when Mr. Wet entered the dressing room, and the second was when Uendo discovered the body. Are you accusing me of rearranging the cards? Me, who came to testify out of the goodness of my heart? Well, you didn't exactly come running out screaming straight away, did you? Even a mere 2 to 3 minutes is more than enough time to get up to some devilry. So what exactly were you doing in there, Uendo? Put that tea down and spit out your answer. Wait, no, Mr. Prosecutor! What's a guy supposed to do at a time like this? Silence is more precious than diamonds, witness. Therefore, you need only stay silent. The defense is devious. They are waiting for you to make a slip of the tongue. Oh, I see. So that's what they're after in it, is it? In that case. Your Honor, I've decided not to say another word. Very good. After all, your right to remain silent is protected by the law.
Well, Prosecutor Blackwell, any other brilliant ideas you'd like to share?
Did you hear that, Sykes Dono? A Rakugo artist who's afraid to speak. Who's ever heard of such a thing? Are you trying to taunt him into talking? Such a petty trick will never work. That's right. I'm not going to fall for it. Oh, sorry, Simon. Besides, I'm only asking to hear your story. Besides, is it not your job to tell your tales if there is an audience to listen? Even so, I have the right to refuse to answer. The more you keep quiet, the more we want you to talk. That's simply human nature. Isn't that right, people of the gallery? Even with this wonderful audience in front of you, you still refuse to talk. Welcome back. We rearranged the letters. They say Owen 4th. That's the message. Even with this, and now the witness is refusing to speak. Even with this wonderful audience in front of you, you still refuse to talk. If so, then perhaps you chose the wrong line of work, my friend. Are you saying I should quit? Because I'm not afraid to speak my mind, I'll have you know. Oh no, never mind what I just said. It is scary to talk, it is absolutely terrifying. But no, as a Rakugo artist, I must talk. If I don't, how can I ever show my face on stage again? Your Honor, I'm ready to testify. This witness is sassy. Yeah, but he's so pretty. Especially when he does the character with the little fake cigarette. Like, it's pretty. He's very pretty.
He did it. He managed to convince Uendo with his power of suggestion technique.
Bully for you, Uendo. That's as a real Rakugo artist should be. You just don't see true beauty. Alright, if the witness wishes to testify, then by all means, please do. To be turned by such an obvious ploy. They're doing just what I'm doing. You saying that I'm creepy? You saying that I creep you out? They're just doing what I'm doing, switching between characters. They're just an actor. To be turned by such an obvious ploy. What a man of weak spirit. Man, I'm fine. I see how it is. He's literally me, and you're saying he's creepy? Fine. I see how it is. In the dressing room. No. He's got a pretty... Like, look at that! He is so pretty as this character. Like, the eyeshadow, and the eyebrows, and the pose, and the hair. Oh my god. He is so pretty here. You're not based. You just hate actors, so you hate me. I see how it is. After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. I called him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I entered the dressing room, I saw Shisho slumped over the table, motionless. No? And you hate actors. You hate when actors do acting.
From what I can tell, there do not appear to be any inconsistencies in the testimony.
Of course there aren't any.
Because I'm not trying to hide anything.
Prosecutor Sadmati's right. I don't see anything inconsistent either.
But I did pick up on some faint discord in Wendo's heart.
Ooh, Moon Matrix!
Ponder all you would like, defense, but it is pointless.
You're the one that's not based here. I love a Wendo.
Your Honor, I believe there is no need for further deliberation.
Hold it!
I disagree, Your Honor. I detected discord in the voice of the witness's heart.
That's a clear contradiction that Owendo is facing some sort of inner turmoil. Look, he's got inner turmoil, which means he might have like some trauma or something. You gonna make fun of him for his trauma? I don't think he's the killer. Gonna be for real? Genuinely don't think he's the killer. I think he's the one that popped in and rearranged the crime scene after. I don't think he did it. Are you saying what I think you're saying, Miss Sykes?
Yes, Your Honor. The defense would like to conduct a quick therapy session on this witness.
Objection.
Owendo, there is no need for you to submit to this so-called therapy.
It's fine by me. Whoever's right gets $5. Easy. I know I'm right. I know he's not the killer. I'm guessing, and I'll tell you why. The opening cutscene. We're getting meta. Opening cutscene had someone walk into the room being like, oh no, he's dead. We should pin the blame on Bucky. And the cards got rearranged. I think that was him. I think he did it. I don't think he's the killer. So, fork up, $5. I have nothing to hide. Bring it on. I'm sorry, give him Nayuta's voice. Impetus fool. Fork it up. Why will you not listen to the guidance of this humble servant of the Holy Mother? If this witness wishes... So you've been judging him for no reason. He's just a tamperer of the crime scene. And, you know, that makes him about the same as Adrian Andrews. You hate Adrian Andrews? Yeah, that's what I thought. If this witness wishes to proceed, I see no problem, prosecutor. Apparently not. Apparently you hate her. If you hate this guy, you hate Adrian. Well. In one ear and out the other. It seems this performer has... And also, Adrian's a lesbian, so, sorry. Sorry, she's busy pining over Franziska von Karma, so, tough luck. It seems this performer has no need for your so-called guidance, Prosecutor Sad Monk. Just know this, Owendo. Your folly will surely earn you divine retribution. Thanks, Simon. I'm gonna make the most of this opportunity you created for me. Just keep your wits about you. Adrian would never have married you. She hates... I'll stop. Just keep your wits about you. I will. Only Celeste and Franziska von Karma for Adrian Andrews. Wendo, could you tell us again about what happened in the dressing room? Mood Matrix! Alright. Let's get into this Mood Matrix. And by get into this Mood Matrix, I mean... Oh, I want to see the pictures first. After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. I called to him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I entered the dressing room, I saw Shisho slumped over the table, motionless. Oh. Look, he's sad about it. Jerk. Although he is happy about this. That's definitely the contradiction. But we'll do with that next time, because it's 90 degrees. And also, so I need to cool down. And also, I have to go somewhere in like an hour. So I'm gonna go relax. So that's gonna be the stream for the day. I'll be back. What's tomorrow? Tuesday? Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. bit later. I'll send you all over to this person. I'll send some stuff over there. I'll catch y'all later. Bye-bye, gamers. They're playing Dual Destiny.